Hi class, in this video I'm going to show you how to do number 5 on your chapter 10 apply homework. So it's the difference between real and nominal GDP. Consider a simple economy that produces only two goods, apple and erasers. The following table shows the prices and quantity for goods over a 3-year period. So we have 3 different years over here, 2010, 11, 12, and then price for apples over here, so 2, 4, and 2, and then price for erasers is 3, 3, 3, and also quantities for apple and a quantity for eraser. Now, it says use the information from previous table to fill in the following table. So first, we're going to find out what's our nominal GDP. Now remember, for nominal GDP, we're going to use our current year prices times current year quantity. So for 2010, for our nominal GDP, we're going to find out how much is our total value of apple and how much is our total value for eraser, and add them together. That's our total nominal GDP for 2010. So you can do this with me. If you want, open Excel spreadsheet next to the page, and let's do some calculation. All right. So for nominal GDP for 2010, let me see if I can fit the page in here. All right. So the price for apple is $2. The quantity for apple is 125. So our total value for apple in 2010 is going to be the 2 times 125 times 125. The total value for apple is 250. And then for erasers, our price for eraser is 3, and then quantity is 155. Therefore, the value for erasers is going to be 465. So which means our total value is going to be the 250 plus 465 is going to be 715. So the nominal GDP for 2010 is 715. And then for real GDP, you're going to use your current year quantity times your base year price. So base year is 2010. So again, we're using 2010 price times 2010 quantity. They're going to be the same thing. So it's also 715. But once we go to 2011, 2012, we're going to see a difference. And then for GDP deflator, by definition, you're going to use your nominal GDP divided by real GDP and times 100. So 725 divided by 725 times 100, that just give you 100. Now, 2011. So for 2011, our price for apple is $4. The quantity for apple is 135. Therefore, your total value for apple is going to be 540. And then next, the price for eraser is still $3. So quantity increased to 210 now. So the total value for eraser is going to be 630. So our total nominal GDP for 2010 is 540 plus 630, and the answer is going to be 1170. So the nominal GDP for 2010 is 2011, 1170. Now, for real GDP, we're going to stick with our 2011 quantity, but for the price, we're going to go back to our 2010 price. So let's see how this calculation works out. Okay, so the quantity is still the same, so it's 135 and 210, but for the price over here, we're going to change it to the 2010 price. So in 2010, the price for apple was $2, so 2 over here, and then the price for eraser was still $3. But if I change this from 4 to 2, my final answer changes from 1170 to 900. So this 900, using our 2011 quantities and 2010 prices, will give you our real GDP for 2011. So for this one, it's going to be 900. And then my GDP deflator is going to be your nominal GDP, so 1170, divided by real GDP 900, and then times 100. It's going to be 130. That's our GDP deflator. Now, next one, 2012. So for 2012, our price is still $2. So $2 for price for apple. Quantity is 125. So back to 125. Too many number. 125. So my final value for it is going to be 2 times 125, 250, and then my erasers, $3 each, 165 erasers, and then my final value is, it's already calculated, 495. So my total nominal GDP is going to be 250 plus 495, and it's going to be 745. So 745 for nominal GDP. And then for real GDP, again, we're going to stick with our 2012 quantity. So this number stay the same. What will change is our prices. The price will change from 2012 to 2010. But luckily, for my problem over here, my 2012 and 2010 price are the same. So Apple still $2, and then the rest is still $3. So my real GDP also 725. 725 or 745? 745. So 745 for real GDP, and then my GDP deflator again is going to be your nominal GDP. So 745 over real GDP 745 and times 100. So again, this is 100. All right. So from 2011 to 2012, nominal GDP has decreased. And then real GDP also decreased. Now the inflation rate in 2012 is how much? Now for inflation rate, using GDP deflator to calculate it, you're gonna use your new GDP. So 100. Here, let me use Excel spreadsheet. So the formula to find GDP, to find inflation using GDP deflator, you're gonna use your current GDP deflator minus your last year deflator over your last year deflator. So for our 2012, the deflator was 100. Here, let me use a equal sign. So equals to parentheses 100 minus 2011 deflator 130, and then divided by 2011 deflator. So it's new minus old divided by old. So it's going to be negative 0.23 or negative 23%. Negative 23.1%. That's the closest answer. All right. So why is real GDP more accurate measure of economy production than nominal GDP? So for the economy production, we want to know just how much stuff did the economy produce. So for nominal GDP, you have your price difference in there. So every single year when the price change, your nominal GDP change. But for your real GDP, you use the same price in the base year. So price never change. So if you're holding the price factor the same, then if your real GDP changed, that means your quantity changed and nothing else. So therefore, your real GDP is a better and a more accurate measurement of your productions in the economy. All right. So A says real GDP is not influenced by price change, but nominal GDP is, and this is the right answer. Okay. All right. Let's grade it now. See how we do. All right. I got 4 to 4. So everything is right for this problem. Take a look at it, and if you have any question, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help to answer your questions. All right, guys. Good luck.